8:30 little bonus session this morning for non-farm payroll. Happy Friday, November 3rd. Let's jump into the risk disclaimer. We know there's risk in trading. Please always use trade capital only. You know the deal there. Social media, best place to find me here is on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Chris Pulver, and Twitter, Discord channel, stuff like that, at Chris Pulver. My Discord channel is called Chris Pulver Trading, so you can find me. All right, let's jump into the charts. Pre-market, we're at 432 dollars crossing 105.50. All these things I've been talking about for weeks are happening this week. Looking for support, looking for the dollar to drop, looking at currency strength. New Zealand up, dollar down. This is dollar and CAD down this morning. We also had CAD news at 8:30. Let's see what the news is doing. Go into Forex Factory. And what's the news for today? Here we go. So we had a miss on U.S. jobs. We had a miss on average hourly earnings. We had a higher unemployment rate. This is probably a good thing for the Fed to see, and in turn, probably a good thing for the market to see. We've had a crazy, wild, awesome week to the upside. I'm sure it made some traders like, this is crazy, because it is. It's a wild week, but it's been pretty darn profitable. So this is the weekly candle so far. We've had a burst of, I believe, $18+ to the upside. This low for the week is 412.22. The high right now pre-market's 432. That puts us on pace for like a $20 candle for the week on the SPY, which is massive, nearly doubling the average, which is crazy. The 14-day period, that's the weekly. The 14 period weekly ATR is $12.50, which when we came into this week was $11.82. Anyway, if we end up having a 32 to 434 to 435, just this massive catch-up week, that is pretty wild and crazy. But if we also see some gapping today, which it looks like we're going to, let me go into, this is my clean chart. Yes, so let me do this. I have some, oops. I have some gaps that I wanted everyone to be aware of. So this is SPX for the S&P 500. This gap was filled. This gap was created yesterday by a big push up. So we had a close at 42.38, gapped higher, and then continued to push all day yesterday. So we're going to see this morning as things kick off if we end up coming back in any way, shape, or form to kind of fill this gap, or maybe come back to retest it. But I do like the posture on this week's move so far to hold that 410 support off of the head and shoulders correction, and then see if we have any type of pullback today that gets us more upside, or just be prepared for this. I think this market has been extremely desperate for anything just to keep it going bullish. And I mean, the truth of the matter is, why is it going up? I say end of year. Fed didn't say anything reassuring yesterday. We didn't expect them to, and the market just wants to rip. So we're going to find out. I guess another chart I can look at here is XSP. Just a little bit more comparable pricing to the SPY. So SPY is trading 430.76. We'll look and see what the pre-market is. 431.78 on the XSP right now. We'll go SPY again. I just have a lot of graphics and illustrations. So the reason this is on my chart this way is I have trades that if prices in these green boxes by end of day or near end of day, these pay out pretty well. So this is a 10 to 1 payout here, 6 to 1 payout here, and a 10 to 1 payout here. Well, obviously this one's probably a long ways away. This one's probably a long ways away. So this is my best hope for today to make some money. On top, I mean, we've already had a good week. I can lose all three of these positions and still walk away pretty profitable on the week. And that looks something like this. And I also had a nice little turnaround on my portfolio builder. I will be updating a video in my series, the Trader's Path to 100%. I'm going to update that video today because I can and I should. So here's where we're at for the week. This is just some options trading in my trading room for equities on demand at Delta Trader right here. So we had a nice win yesterday for paid 332 on the strangle side, closed it out for 667. Yesterday it was trading up to $8 and change. Today with the gap higher, push higher, it's going to be trading for even more profit. We had a 420 long call, so if it opens at 432, we're talking at least a $12 intrinsic value on that long call. So you can have the put that's worthless, but you can have $12+ on the long call side, which obviously makes this very profitable. But what did it have to do? It had to do something that was something improbable, right? I mean, we doubled the weekly trading range essentially. So nevertheless, this is our trade for the week. Up, up, up with 4 wins. We have 3 more trades running. I could lose on all 3 of these and still finish profitable on the week, and I'll do that math right now. This is per contract, so if anybody's familiar with options, 335 in credit and $1 and 51 cents puts me at 586 for the week. If I lose all 3 of these trades, let's say that I do that. There obviously I have a chance to gain, close to an 8-to-1, 9-to-1, 10-to-1 on, let's say, this one today. If we get anywhere close to that 430 to 429 level, we'll find out. But I'll just say that I lose all 3 of them. So I'll take away 36 cents, and I'll take away 60 cents, and I'll take away 38 cents. Yeah, 38 cents. So I'd still finish 452 per contract positive. So if you're a, one contract trader, that's $452. If you're, 10 contracts, that's $4,500. So it's all about debits and credits. That's the process that I trade here with these type of trades. So good stuff. Let me jump into YouTube. Say good morning to everybody. And let's see what's cracking. Currency strength wise, again, looking at this morning, New Zealand up, Aussie up, which also means in Forex land, we are ripping to the upside on our currencies we've been waiting for. Big rip on the Aussie dollar finally. Let's go to the daily chart here. We have been built in this little coiled position, and we added in a couple of trades, and we're getting our push to the upside. In fact, I'm going to open up a little smart trader charts because I've got this doctored up from my flex trading room, and let's take a look at some of those areas that we're looking to trade back to. I'm long Aussie dollar, long Euro dollar, and long New Zealand dollar, and that is it right now. I'm not long pound dollar, and I'm not short dollar CAD, but it was in those wheelhouses. So let's see if these charts will open.
Want to know how long it takes?
There we go. All right, what's up, everybody? Nice little crowd showing up this morning. Hello, hello. Jose, what's up? Well, there's a good place to find me if you want to be a part of the Flex Trading Room. If these charts open, there we go. I can find a link to that. Yes, I've got it in my Discord channel. So give me a moment. Log in here. Let's see here. Just good morning. FK, Chris, Everett, Keith, Eldon, Gary, what's happening, sir? Jacob, Peter, good morning. Aaron, good morning. What's up, dude? Nice to see you, man. Catherine, good morning. Larry, good morning. Trish, good morning. And let's see here. I see what you mean about ripping. Yeah, I'm up 4,000 pips this week. You're very welcome. Yep. Look, we've been patient. Sorry this is taking so long, but I'm going to get my workspace up here. And we've been very patient on some of our positioning. We've been waiting for the dollar to give us the confirmation. If I go DXY, this is the chart that I've been looking at. There it is. We're at the top of this broadening pattern. I was looking to see if these highs held, and then that rip that I'm talking about would be dollar weakness equals fast volatility against the dollar. So important close today. This is going to be an important close today and week if we get below, stay below 105.50. So that opens up room to go lower, and that gives the stock market room to continue to rally. So we're going to spot check everything today. I think this is a good sign for a little bit of everything, but it's just timing. I mean, the technicals to me, broadening pattern coming into resistance, starting to turn over, breaking below major support right now. And if it does it quickly, we're going to have big zoomy trades to the upside. So looking at something like this, okay, look at the New Zealand dollar. These are trades we put on this week in the Flex Trading Room. Did a buy stop at 6,000. We're only a few pips away from that. Buy stop at 59.50. That's been filled. So I'm looking at this to, pretty much go rocket style to the upside, 6150 to 6200, and that gives us 1, 2, 3 trades. Close out each one for, let's say we get to 61. Let me give the math a chance to be pretty simple. 6200. So that would be what, 222 pips. So I got 222 right here. I'd have 200 pips right here, and I'd have 250 pips right here. So 222, that's over 600 pips and change on just a big rip to the upside that we've been waiting for a while. I mean, we started testing at 59.78. We tested in this chop back in like September, October. So we held, and it was frustrating to see like what's happening with the dollar and why isn't anything going anywhere. And then all of a sudden, prices starting to cooperate. So that's how the market works sometimes. It can drive you crazy, it can put you to sleep, and all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, it's finally going my way. Same thing on the Aussie dollar. 64.50 has been filled, 6,500 possibly getting filled today. A rip up here into 66 or 66.50, same thing. Looking for profit, probably coming pretty quickly. And euro dollar, we're also positioned on this one long. Euro dollar at 106.50, sorry. 106.50. We're trading up. We're at 45 pips right now, trying to get back to like 108, if not higher. I mean, the euro dollar could also rip. If the dollar index drops harder, the euro dollar is pretty well correlated to that with heavy weighting in the dollar index. So this could be 108 and change. We might want to stick with that one for a little bit longer. Let's check on dollar CAD. Dollar CAD, I didn't really have an entry. I was looking for confirmation, and we're getting it now. Doesn't mean I'm going to jump in and short it. Okay, it truly doesn't, because dollar and CAD are both moving down together. So for this one, I want to see price take out the low. We take out a low, pull back to the backside of the trend line, then I'm going to look for a swing trade. So stop above, something like that, looking at a swing opportunity. But dollar CAD, I'm not positioned for just quite yet. Okay, so let's go here. For some reason, it's not working. Yeah, let me do this for Jose. Jose's asking for. So do you do this on? Try this. Let me see if this link will work. This is my free text group or group chat for Discord. Let's see here. New bearish bias forming. Okay. I've got Lucky and Chicken in my Discord that are talking about just I can't believe this. Bulls are crazy. It's like, well, it's what the market's doing, man. I mean, we just got to trade what we see. And I was positioned for neutral direction. We got a ton of direction, and we're making money on it. So I just think you got to keep the bias a little bit under wraps and just position accordingly. So let me go into the free chat. I'll post this here, and then Jose, I'm going to try to find a link for you. Okay. So copy this. This is for the Discord channel. Discord channel. There you go. And feel free to click on that and join it while we're in the session this morning. And then if you look at the different threads here, the free group chats for everybody to talk amongst themselves, build nice community, share ideas, stuff like that. No trolling, please. And then if you come into education, these are all the courses that I have. I have trading room trials for 27 bucks for a full month, and then I have forex courses, stocks and options courses, full courses with videos, strategy guides. Some of them have expert advisors, and then I have a really thorough, comprehensive video series, which is, all my patterns, all my market structure, all my technical analysis. That's this one, the Survival Trader series. So let me click on this link here for Jose. This is the Pulver Report Flex Trading Room trial, and see where this takes me. So did you get this far, Jose? Did it look like this? Because you should be able to get into here. I'll share this link if you want to get into the flex room. Okay. So if that doesn't work, if this checkout page doesn't work, will you send me an email? I'll put in my email right here. So that's my email. Send me that email, and I'll forward that to our customer service and client support, and I'll get you hooked up with that $27 trial. Okay. All right. And I see we got some new people jumping in here. That's great. So AV Trade, Derge is in, Keith in, nice. Welcome new followers, we got it. Cool. And let's get back to the charts. All right, so dollar is at 105.32. The SPY again, we're still 45 minutes away from opening bell, looking at 432 opening with a close yesterday around what was yesterday's high? High of 430.92, close at 430.76. Another gap higher today, very likely in the next 45 minutes. Again, it's going to be interesting if we maintain that posture today. If we finish, up here. Obviously, I wish I hung on to that strangle so that call side would be worth, $12. But I closed out yesterday, got some family in town, and I was away from the computer. But today I'm trying to manage those butterfly spreads into expiration if they're in these green zones, which again, the top one right now is probably my final hope to pay 10 to 1, and that's going to be later today. But I'll check and see. Price is going to have to be back, 430, 429, and start to eat into these gaps just a little bit. But part of me thinks this market is just releasing the Kraken to the upside and possibly trying to push up into this, 435 to 438 level, and how quickly a week can change everything. This puts on some massive posture to the upside, especially if the dollar drops. That I keep going back to this. I've talked about this now for weeks. If the dollar is in this territory to the downside, this is a good sign for everything else. That puts stocks in posture for bullishness, which we're clearly seeing this week. Even Bitcoin in place for bullishness, gold and silver, commodities in general. I mean, a lot of good stuff could be ripping with risk appetite this week. Stocks, I mean, yesterday my stock account was up like 6.5%, 7%. So big swings, big pushes. It's nice to see that that's outpacing the candle for the week. If I go back to the SPY, go back to the weekly candle, just measuring the move of $19 to $20, that's a pretty big percentage chunk for the week. So let's find out. So this is a low around 412, and the market's up around 4.6% this week. If we go up a little bit higher to 432, it's about a 5% week, and we've done more than that. I mean, in my account, I've had more than that. I'd be up close to like 8 or 9% this week. So I will check on all that stuff today by closing bell. Okay, and let me check on some robots while I've got everybody here. Good on that, Jose. Yes, up about 15,000. Awesome. Let me check some robots here. Perfect storm for the week. So because we've had a pretty aggressive trend week, Perfect Storm only closed out 40 pips, but I'm going to see if that changes by the end of the day. Perfect Storm Pro, see what that's doing for the day. Perfect Storm Pro's up 125 for the week. Pockets Pattern Pro is up 447 for the week. That's nice to work on the Pockets robot, which I'm happy with. There we go. Okay. So it's been overall a good week, and like I said, in our flex room, we've got some trades that are really taking off, which is what we've been waiting for, being patient for. And I'm not closing these trades today just because we're having one day a dollar weakness and we're breaking 105.50. This is what we wanted. This is the trade. This is the trade direction I was looking for. So going into the flex stock here, we have pound New Zealand sell. That's going to be going our way. Euro dollar buy is going our way. Pound CAD sell. Maybe that one got stopped out. Pound Aussie buy. It's possible that one got stopped out with a stronger Aussie. Pound dollar buy in closed. Euro dollar in closed. So we're still long euro dollar. Then up here we've been building, and I added positions here on the New Zealand dollar and Aussie dollar. So these two trades with 3 entries and also stacking. I forgot to add those stacked orders. I did 59.50 and okay, I need to add in here 59.50 and 6,000. I forgot to add that this week. 59.50 and 6,000, and then add that in as a pending. Actually, 59.50 is filled. Buy stop, add-on trades are filling with USD weakness. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries on New Zealand dollar. Now, not all of them filled, by the way. I said the 59.78 was filled, 59.50 is filled, and then 6,000 is getting filled. So we never had the pullbacks to these levels. So I'd have 3 trades running. On the Aussie dollar, I don't think we had 60.50 was not filled. I don't know if 62.50 was, but I know we have at least 1, 2, 3 entries filled. We may have had a third. But either way, I mean, these two are what I've been talking about is they'll have the strongest correlation to dollar weakness. Dollar weakness, these will rip aggressively to the upside. I do want to check a couple of things elsewhere. Let's check oil. Oil's at 83. Not much price action happened there. Gold, is gold still ripping to the upside? Yep. So the weekly candle still pushing up. And gold might be just trying to do everything it can to push higher, higher, higher towards 2070, 2075. And that's, again, multi-year resistance, August 20th, or I'm sorry, August 2020, big difference. 2020 to 2022 February to this year's high in May, we're coming up to 3-year tops. So is that enough to, push, 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 and then get a rejection and then gold stays bearish? Possibly, right? Back down to 1700, or is this dollar weakness and gold is bye-bye to the upside? Either way, I think there's ample opportunity to make some profit on gold for trading. Hopefully this is reflecting in silver as well. Silver is 23.19, not getting the same type of look or run, right? Gold has this big giant move for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Silver's been kind of quietly accumulating, but one thing that looks kind of nice about silver would be this. If this structure holds and we start to see a break to the upside, then we're coming back up into multi-year highs. So $29 to $30 on silver would be fantastic. I did not have a chart alarm go off on Bitcoin, but we are sitting at 34,407. Interesting. So dollar's finally starting to move down. Bitcoin's not really reacting to that. We still have some pivots to fill on Bitcoin, but as long as we stay above 32 to 31,000, I want to see that as the bounce. So if we bounce here and then push, I'm still liking the posture and the bullishness on Bitcoin. Okay. Charles says running perfect storm. Let's see, close for 1,335 pips. Charles, I love hearing it, man. That's great stuff. Great stuff. Cool beans. Yeah. So what else is happening out there? I mean, we have been the stuff that I just mentioned today. We have been talking about directions and what to watch. I mean, not saying I want you to go back and watch all these replays, but probably for the last 2, 3 weeks, I've been talking about the DXY and the SPY. And those two instruments right there give me a lot of direction on how I'm trading. So the dollar index is cooperating, which is what we expected. Okay. The SPY is cooperating, which is what we expected. We weren't like heavily positioned or heavily biased, but we were testing levels. And so those tests have now added up and accumulated. I'm going to do one more thing I'm going to log into my portfolio builder, this in my Telegram channel. We sat through a little bit of a drawdown in portfolio builder, and I'll show you here in just a second. If Telegram will open up, for crying out loud. There we go. So portfolio builder, just let me go back a little bit. So we did a spot check here October 31st, which would have been this week, right? So Monday, Tuesday. We had a 40 pip profit on a bunch of positions. I'm in like 18 trades on my portfolio builder account, and back in black with pips, which was nice. My drawdown was still minor, like $200. We came back from a decent drawdown though. I was down to like $9,300, $9,400, but I was still accumulating positions. The balance is positive swap every day. Fast forward to yesterday, my spot check was my balance 1045 from positive swap. My drawdown's been reduced. I'm actually in profit on the net account, but still like a $30 drawdown from my balance. We're up 251 pips. And so the accumulation continues. You might have some buy stops that are filled. I did get filled in Aussie Swiss thanks to Denise telling me that, because it was the same entry level. It didn't change my break even, but it did give me another fill. So my overall unit size was added, and that was one extra fill on a buy stop on Aussie Swiss. And based on today's currency strength, that's probably updating as well. So big drop to the dollar side, big push on the Kiwi and the Aussie side. The pound's going up this today as well. The Swiss is in the middle, but one thing that's going to help our positions is Kiwi Swiss, Aussie Swiss, Pound Swiss, Euro Swiss. CAD Swiss is going to take a little hit again. Dollar Swiss is getting a pullback, which I'm actually totally fine with. If the dollar Swiss pulls back, I'm good with that. The other ones I want to see rip. And shorter term, closing out positions on the dollar, so closing out Aussie dollar long, or New Zealand dollar long, or Euro dollar long, or Pound dollar long, closing those out will be great, and that will be more short term than the portfolio builder stuff that I'm doing right now. All right, what's happening? Yeah, you know what's happening. We've got just kind of everything ripping to the upside. So we're up nearly $3 pre-market. Non-farm payroll this morning. Just to recap the news, we had a miss on everything. So even Canada missed on jobs. But for the U.S. side, I'm sure the market's pretty excited about this because they're thinking, okay, higher for longer. The Fed's no longer going to have to raise rates. I mean, the probability of a rate hike in December is like slim to none. I think it was like less than 20%. And the rate cuts were coming, it looks like June of next year. So, I mean, again, if you listen to the press conference with FOMC on Wednesday, or you looked at the headlines of what Powell was saying and what the market was taking from it, there was nothing that he said that would have made traders think like, well, this is going to be a crazy bullish week. There was nothing. But why did we move? And I said this in my Discord group, because it's that time of the year. Market's looking for any reason to run. We've had solid earnings the last couple of weeks. The Fed message is the exact same. We're sitting at major technical support in this 400 to 410 zone in the SPY, and the head and shoulders corrector patterns played out. You know, we had a 10 to 11% pullback, was this correction area, and the market's ripping from there. So, I mean, a lot of reasons why that was a good spot to be looking to buy. I mean, you can go back for the last month and see I said 410 to 400 major support for the SPY. I said 411 to 410 was a major projection level on symmetry on my head and shoulders. So the good thing is stuff is cooperating, stuff is making sense, and that's good technically because it helps us trade. But for today's news, you know, we had a revision down from 336 to 297. We missed on the forecast. I mean, we still produce jobs. There's still 150,000 jobs. But is this considered like the tight, crazy tight labor market? Well, maybe not, because we missed forecast. Our average hourly earnings going down a little bit, which takes pressure off companies, right? People aren't getting paid as much. But we have a re-engagement in the workforce from ages 25 to 55, which is a huge demographic for your primary workers. And then the unemployment rate going higher. So is this reflecting, more participation, but companies are starting to lay people off? Is this the recession-y soft landing thing that everyone's been talking about for the last 12 to 24 months? Maybe. But yet, you think about that, it's like we're in a recession, and yet the market's up 6% this week. So I'm telling you, like, the economy and the stock market don't have to be the same thing. If the recession was priced in 2022, well, that's the recession. This was AI. This was a correction. This is now. I don't know, right? And if it's not that, then maybe it's this to channel highs again, and then the market's like, oh wait, we got ahead of ourselves. The Fed message is that I mean, maybe that's the case. Maybe we rip up here to 435 or 440 and then fall back down again, and we just stay in this corrective mindset. But our job is, as we're positioning, if we've got profits, let's protect them. you know. But I think based on the year, we might have this market get a little carried away to the upside. But if we can make some nice profit going back to retest the yearly highs, freaking great. If we have an additional dollar dropping and the market can come back and retest all-time highs, freaking great. I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm going to be positioned for it so we can make some money. That is the plan. Okay, Bank of England hold rates. Yeah, I mean, all the central bank are holding rates right now. There's not a single central bank that's talking about raising. They're all threatening, like, well, we will raise rates if we have to, but none of them are. They're all pausing. And then classic Bank of Japan doing absolutely nothing, and their currency continues to be tricky. Now, interestingly enough, the dollar yen came up here to retest. I mean, I'd say technically I'm pretty happy with the response. The highs in 2022, we were just shy of that exact same high with this weekly candle. I, I again, it's maybe worth looking at to take a stab at. I hate the fact that it's a positive. It's well, this is a negative swap trade. If I'm short dollar yen, I'm negative swapping that position. So either this is using the dollar, if the dollar's dropping and the yen's like, okay, now we can start rebalancing. I mean, this thing, just like we did last year with several intervention candles, we did see, high to low. Could this be equal high to lower low or equal low? Sorry, maybe, but the way I want to trade this would be if we take a stab at this next week in the flex trading room, I'm putting in a sell trade, stop loss. I'm moving my stop loss to break even or better, and I'm not going to look at it. Because if it makes a lower high, then I'll move my stop loss. Makes a lower high, I'll move a stop loss. Right? And that's all I did here. When we finally had that turn, that's all I did in the dollar yen. So if we do that again, stop in, break even or better, let it go, manage it to the best of your ability with lower highs, lower lows. Okay. All right. Um, anything else for today? So look, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a fantastic week. Let me check on something really quickly. I'm gonna go into my, I literally typed in check in the browser. Let's see, Schwabi. Let me get logged in here to Schwab. I'm gonna check and see where I'm at for the week. If we're up for the day, to 432, almost 433. I'm curious if we have a gap fill at all today. I need price in order for me to grab a little bit more profit for the rest of the week. I'm already guaranteed about $4 and change of credit this week, and if we come back into the green box at all, which would be below 430, if we come below 430, that gives me another possibly $1 to $2 of profit, which puts me up towards like $6 to $7 of credit this week. On again, even on a one contract trade, that's a good chunk of profit. On 10 to 20 contracts, that puts a smile on my face. Okay, but if I lose on that trade, it's okay. It'd be up here into the area that, I mean, it's been a bit of an outlier week. I mean, to have a $20+ candle week, that's a monster response for the bulls. So, all right, let me check on some summary. Oops. There we go. Let's get after this. Custom date range. Search. There we go. And let's check and see how we did this week. So this week, my account is up 8.2% for my stocks and options account, 8.2%. So this is what I like to see. We had this huge rip to the upside, about 4.5 to 5%, and I'm up 8.5 or 8.25 rather, 8.2, with a 57.64% win rate. So me likey, good stuff. Any questions? Let me open it up. We got a few more minutes. I don't have a live session at 10 o'clock. I've got family in town, so I was just doing this bonus session, see how we're doing for the week. I will still be managing things. I'm gonna do a spot check on Portfolio Builder. We've got a good update here for Flex that I'll post just because of these add-on trades and everything's going our way with the dollar. So I'll post a little Telegram update there. Equities on demand, we don't really have to manage anything. Delta Trader don't have to manage anything outside of those butterfly spreads. I'm not going to look at those until probably maybe, well, I'll probably say 2:30 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. That's when they get very profitable or not. And the one that we have at the top, which is a four, I think it's a 426 by 430 by 422. We did $4 wings in the butterfly spread. Dollar Swiss, okay. Do you have any other traders in your family? I don't. I have investors in my family. My brother and I started a stock club back in 2000, so that's my other trader. But my family's pretty small. I've got a brother and I got a sister. That's it. So anyway, yeah, stock club back in the day, still running, still doing just passive trading. But I'm obviously way more active with what I do, in my accounts and managing for other people. Dollar Swiss, that was the question. Dollar Swiss, I actually would love to see this on the dollar Swiss. This would kind of be my favorite thing right here. If we had this nice bullish swing, took out a high, this is a nice crown pattern. If we go high, low, lower high, lower low, I would freaking love that. Because once we finish this potential symmetry on a correction, then we have dollar Swiss going this way. Hopefully, right? We hold the lows and this becomes like an ABC correction, and then we go up and we finish at the 127 to the 1618, or we come back to this pocket. And that gives me a chance to wait for additional structure, wait for additional trade building, get another pullback trade, get some other add-on trades. So I'd love to see a pullback on the dollar Swiss. And like I said earlier in this session, that if my dollar's going down, that gets me paid on euro dollar, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar over the next maybe week or so, and then I can just stay and maintain position for risk on trading, which gets me paid and continue to get those accumulated profits on Portfolio Builder, which a lot of those are in Swiss pairs right now. Okay, you good on that, Deirdre? Good question, but I think that structure would be excellent if we had high, low, high, lower low, looking for a 618, looking for a 786 pullback. From there, that's where I'm looking to get longer, and then if we start breaking that structure, stacking some orders up here, projecting my symmetry, getting to 95 to 9600, and having that be a big fat profit zone. So I would love that. I'd love to see the dollar weakness continue. The dollar DXY, right? The dollar index DXY, we got to stay below 105.50. And again, we don't have to stay below it. I mean, clearly this does not look like the SPY this week, right? The SPY was like this type of candle, and the dollar's like, okay, we'll cooperate a little bit. But there is a chance that this dollar could do something like this, where it just like maybe barely starts to go a little bit lower, and it could be messy and choppy, but the stock market can still rip. I think as long as the dollar's not going up crazy aggressively, that the stock market still maintains the posture. But I will say this, it has gotten a little overstretched, where I do think a pause or a pullback is coming. I mean, if we have a wide open gap right here, if we gap open again today, I mean, we could open and still push higher for the rest of the day, but coming into next week, there is some channel resistance. There are some previous highs right here. This was previous support becoming resistance around that 438 level. So it's not done, where the bulls might have this great recovery, but they could certainly run into some resistance in the next couple of days. Having said that, though, I mean, November to December, I don't really know what other news is out there that's going to say, oh, yeah, we're going down. I don't know. I mean, other than like if everybody's taking profit here, which I don't think they are. I think now it's like this is the floodgates opening. This is a crazy recovery. I think this market, if we can get above 438, I think this market is ready to go. I really do. And I think we can retest the highs at 455 to 460, make it a great run, have this awesome finish to the rest of the year. And so we had this first half that was fantastic, a really crappy midsummer, July to August when we peaked, and we had a really crappy fall. So July peak, August, September correction, even into October with more of the sell-off and that fulfillment of the head and shoulders. And that was, just look at the technicals. Big run to the upside, nice correction against that move, and we're starting to come back. It's technical stuff. Okay. Discord, I'll post another chat link. I just did this earlier, but this seems to help when I'm doing it live session, Fernando, if you want to check it out. So Discord channel, click on that link and you should be able to join. We've already had 3, 4, 5 people pop in, so come on in. Water's fine. Any other questions for me today? Any other charts? Any other requests? Otherwise, I'll wrap it up. Like I said, for my trading rooms today, I'm going to do some Telegram updates. For a video update, I'll probably do it Sunday. I've got family in town until then, so I'm just going to enjoy the time. I don't get a lot of visitors out here in Utah, so it'll be nice to spend the days. So anyway, hope all of you doing well. It's been a great week, and I'm looking forward to many more to come. We'll figure out how to grind it out for the rest of the year. Market's up, 5%. I'm up 8%. Super happy with that. Trades going our way in Forex. Haven't closed out a lot of positions. Still holding profits, letting them run. Up about 200 and I was trying to log in. There we go. Let me do a spot check while I got you here. I'm going to try to do a spot check on my portfolio builder. Aha! We're finally seeing some perk and profit. Here it is. So now the balance, I've got a 10,046.88 on the actual balance, but my running P&L is up about another $103. Yes, so we've had realistically about a $800 or $900 swing in profit. We've accumulated some more positions. My New Zealand Swiss looked like we had a buy stop added in, so I'll add that to the portfolio builder today. Pip wise, right now we should be showing some positivity. 103 minus 10 plus 124 plus 40 minus 28 plus 179 plus 6, up 414 pips. Freaking sweet. So I'll add this in here. Portfolio builder. Spot check, 414 pips. This week's buy stop fills, Aussie Swiss at 5,800 and New Zealand Swiss at, and that would have been a recent fill. I believe I moved this down to 5,350. Yeah, 5,350. 5,350. So balance is 10,446.88. Floating P&L is 10,145.15. Big swing from a $700 drawdown to now profits. And since we've accumulated more trades and positions, further momentum in our favor, we'll start looking great for dollar gains. Boom shakalaka. Pretty good stuff. Private message. Yeah, Jacob, I'll take a look at that. Just give me a sec. Real quick on the Discord side of things. I mean, if anybody's coming in new, I just want to give this opportunity. So if you're interested in, the free group chat, obviously for everybody. When I get live on YouTube, I post those. Any video, by the way, that I do on YouTube. If I post a video, if I post a, Trader's Path to 100%, Indicators A to Z, Options 101, anything in my Trading 101 video series, that pops up here in my YouTube thread. If I post on Twitter, I share it here. Any type of chart analysis. Then I have all my education here and then private instruction. So I've been doing a lot of one-on-one workshops with everyone, hoping to help whatever you're trading. I don't care what market you trade. I just want to help you be a better trader. So if that's something you're interested in, you can check it out there. You can send me private messages through Discord, and we can work on scheduling that. So all there. This the reason I did Discord is so I can put all my stuff in one place. It keeps me a little bit better organized because this is not exactly the most enjoyable thing. This every single day. Kind of keep track of this, all these trading docs and I mean, I do it. It's busy, but it just feels like it's kind of all over the place. So I try to keep it simple. Okay. All right. If I don't see any other requests or any charts, I'm going to let you go for this morning. And I'm just going to chill. I've got a few hours to just kind of hang back and see where price goes for the day. I'm probably not chasing anything. I've got profits locked in for the week, guaranteed to win, up 8+%, closed in the account. So no complaints there. And then if we'll see everything's postured up. Honestly, for equities on demand traders in the trading room, I might be looking at my overall portfolio because we might have some credit spreads that are also like bursting with profit. And if we have some that are out to December or out to January and they're at like 90 to 95% profit, we might just start closing some of those down because it's been such a good week. We could, if we want to collect more income and do that where, rather than waiting another month to let the expirations come to full term, we can close out for maybe 90 to 95% of the profit. So if we took a 50-cent credit spread, we can close out for a single digit debit, like a 5-cent debit or something like that. So I will take a look at that on the managed side, see if we have to update anything. Look at the NASDAQ, of course, yes. Q's right here. It's been just ripping all week. We did this. I did not take this trade in my account, although Had I done that, this would be also, this is, and by the way, this is pretty impressive. A 355 by 340 on the Qs would be trading for about $9. Guess who beat the Qs this week? The freaking SPY. The SPY, why is that? S&P 500 versus the NASDAQ 100, because the broader market rally was way more powerful than the tech. So, I mean, granted, you pay $3 and you get paid, $9. That's still amazing. But, pay $3, get paid $12. That's even better. So the SPY actually did better as far as, taking the trade, paying out this week. But anyway, NASDAQ is up and pre-market's up another 90 cents or so. We're coming back into some resistance. If we open up again today, slight gap. We got a big gap from yesterday, but I think that we're postured off of this area, like the 30% pullback. Just keep an eye on this. Technically, this 30% pullback is a GAN retracement level, and the probability now is that the market's going to want to rip to these highs. So I know and I'm not saying this is a foregone conclusion. Okay, what I'm saying is I think that the market has room to get through this resistance right here because we have this high, lower high, lower high. We could certainly bump into that resistance and fail. But if this is anything with this larger swing, and this is a 30% pullback plus a 10, 11% correction, the market's interested in buying the dip, this could shred right through that channel resistance and get up to the highs. Okay, now it doesn't mean we go much higher, but still from this low to this high, that's a heck of a gain. And there's a lot of money to be made right there. And I can see the same thing happening on the S&P where we come back and retest the yearly highs in July. Okay, Andrew, does that help you on the Qs? So that's the Qs. You want to look at the NASDAQ. I mean, here's the E-mini futures. Same type of thing, same type of structure. I just don't have the analysis written up the same way. So it's really, this swing, 30% pullback. I was looking at this, right? So we come back up. There's some channel resistance. If we blow through that level, I'm looking to retest the highs from July. Okay, very good. Okay, thanks for the question on that one. We're good on the dollar. We're good on the SPY, good on the Qs, good on oil, good on gold, silver, good on Bitcoin. It's been a great week. I have no complaints. Trish, what's up? Joining the Discord. Sweet. Okay. FX Surf. Funny names. Serious Discord. Keith, what's happening? All right, nice to have everybody here. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. Happy Friday. Look for those updates in Telegram for the trading rooms, and I'll have some videos posted over the weekend with the Traders Path to 100 playlist and that video series, and whatever else. So let's keep grinding. I appreciate all being here. Before you leave, would you hit the thumbs up button for me? We had 40, 50 people watching live. We usually have 3, 4, 500 people watching during the week. Just do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button for me. I appreciate it. The more we do that, honestly, if I have 100 watchers and 100 likes, that gets this channel out there with people just searching for live trading, searching for anything, stocks, options, forex, futures, trading, whatever it takes to help. So that helps bring some awareness to the channel, and I think what we're doing here is pretty good. Feedback wise from you, that's what I see. This is real trading, real stuff. It's not just, oh my gosh, look at how freaking sweet this is for like you know, false claims and not real trading and this I've been doing this for way too long. This is a fun outlet for me. I want to build a strong community of traders, and that's why it's here. Cool. Eurowazi. All right, Trish asking Eurowazi. Before we go, Eurowazi. Well, it's currency strength favoring Aussie and Kiwi right now. So, a couple of things. Euro Aussie, I don't really like how this has been behaving. If you were looking at Euro Aussie, I was trying to get a trade out of this. I wanted to see if Euro Aussie could do the following. I wanted to see if it could come up to the high to sell it. Instead, it looks like we're doing something like that. So if this is starting to break down, I could see, this area getting retested. I could see these lows getting retested. So I would favor, if we continue to see risk on flows, I could see the Euro Aussie breaking structure here, heading lower, heading back into the support around like 6,200. So I'd say Euro Aussie probably down, Euro New Zealand starting to sell off better, Pound Aussie, Pound New Zealand starting to sell off better. So I would stick with those directions for right now. Euro New Zealand turning very sharply, and again, just didn't freaking give me what I wanted. I wanted to see us sell this at 84. It it paused right there, starting to rip back down. So I didn't get the highs that I wanted. So I'm not in that trade. Pound Aussie. This one we might be getting stopped out at the lows, but that's okay. Pound Canadian. Interesting how the commodity pairs are very different, right? We have a stop around 69.50 on the pound CAD. We sold this one. Pound New Zealand we sold as well, and this one is going our way. So our pound New Zealand, I just did this in flex right here. We sold it at 2.0965, and right now, I mean, we're nearly creeping up on our 400 pip profit. So I said 205.25 or lower. I mean, I'd possibly, I mean, heck, maybe we can do this high, low, lower, high, lower, low. But I'm not trying to be greedy on this one because this has been such an uptrend that if we go like this way, maybe it's something like this before it sells off. So I'm just trying to be a little protective. We come down to like 205 or lower, that'll be a nice 400 pip win on the pound New Zealand. So I think right now, here's what I'm saying. If the dollar remains weak, which is this chart right here, if the dollar remains weak, then the currencies that will probably do the best will be the following. And it's possible that in that order, you're going to have the Aussie New Zealand being the strongest against the dollar, and then the Euro Pound are also stronger because of the correlation, but maybe not ripping as aggressively. Okay. Crypto, I mean, we checked Bitcoin earlier. Bitcoin's fine. It's still postured. It looks like we could have a bull flag. We might have a pullback. There's pivots in here as well. I set a chart alarm at the monthly pivot at 32,000. So I'd like to see a pullback here and then see the bulls take it. So as long as we stay supported, past resistance becomes support. I'd like to see Bitcoin continue to make its awesome and fantastic run. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Happy Friday. Look for those updates in the Telegram channels for the trading rooms. And Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we'll be back for opening bell and a little weekly outlook. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.